Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Liz, and this is Max.
Mary.
And Lulu. We just quit our jobs and left it all behind.
To find something bigger and better, because we were
called to the road. Yeah, Max has made a lot of friends. Like, human friends.
Lizzie was out like just taking a quick walk the other day, and she was gone for a long time. I was like, what happened? She comes like, Max has so many friends.
Good morning, everyone. Rob and Lizzie here with Called to the Road, coming to you real time, given the current situation of the world right now, the pandemic that is sweeping across the world and changing everybody's lives as we know it.
And changing travel plans, and for full-time RVers it brings up a whole new boat of issues that I don't think anyone's really dealt with before, because this is the first time since really the full-time RV movement that there's been an issue like this.
So we saw this sort of coming. We took it serious a few weeks ago, and we didn't stock up on things at that moment, but we thought about travel plans at that moment, I guess, and we started thinking about heading north. We were in Florida for the winter, and so we made a few plans here in Georgia, and then things just kind of aligned for us to leave, so we did start heading north. We are in Georgia, and in the last few days we've stayed in 3 different parks. The first park was right off the interstate, privately owned. We had no issues there. We ended up just staying for one night. We weren't sure if we were going to do 1 or 2.
Second night we booked a county park, and we were able to book the first night, and she said if we wanted to stay a second night, let her know the next day. We got there, it was beautiful, one of the best places we've been to, I think, since we've been on the road, and we immediately decided we were going to stay a second night. When I went up the next morning to let her know that, she said that they are doing no extensions, no new reservations, and that they are closing the park. So that was kind of a red flag that things were changing. We knew things were starting to change with parks, but because they had my name down, they blocked out the day. They did let us stay that day,
even though we hadn't paid for it yet. So that was the kicker. We were going out there to pay, and she was like, "Wait, what?" She didn't even know what was going on with that, basically.
So I guess it counted as a reservation since they already had our name down for a couple days.
So we did get to stay a second night in that county park, which was beautiful and great, and it ended up being a good location in a city, sort of, populated area, to be able to go grab a couple things and get gas. However, we still have not been able to find any toilet paper. I know that's a huge crisis right now in and of itself.
We have some to get by, but
I think we have enough for a month. I've been calculating it, and we've been conserving it, but after that,
hopefully things return to normal here shortly, at least as far as the shopping goes. Okay, so we left the county park and had to make further plans, and that ended us at another private park. It's actually part of it is a private membership park, part of it is a KOA, and we had a certificate that allowed us to stay here for a week. So that's where we're at right now. Also beautiful, a great spot, but we will have to be out of here in 4 days. So that's left us to, what do we do? Do we continue back on our roadmap plan that we have kind of booked out within Thousand Trails parks? Do we stay put? Do we? So we're finding in our research that pretty much all county, state parks, Army Corps and Engineer parks are all closed right now, which we found out about the Army Corps a few days ago when we got an email that a park we had booked here in Georgia had been closed, and they refunded us, and that's that.
We called, and they're going to be closed until April 30th.
That's what they're saying.
So they're just like kicking people out. We thought maybe if you were in a park and you got the notice that that county or town or state was going on shelter in place, that you would just be allowed to stay. That's not what's happening in the government owned and run parks. So our thought is we want to stay within one state. We don't, our plans were to head north all, for the next few months. And now we're thinking we need to make plans to be in one spot for at least a month and just wait and see what's happening with this and see if it progresses like it has in these other countries, because if it does, we're in the early stages and it's only going to get worse. And we don't have a spot to go home to. So if you do, we would recommend going home right now.
Yeah, if you have land or a home, sticks and bricks, now's a time to just go back there probably, because you won't deal with all these cancellations and things that are happening. But for the people that don't have that and that are on the road full time, it frees up the places that will be available for them. So a big part of what's going on right now is how we come through this as a community and how we join together and anything we can do to help each other. So if you've got a place that's yours and you can go there and stay put for a little bit, that's partly doing your part to help out everyone else. So when we made the decision that we thought we should stay put, at least try and stay within the state and stop hopping over state borders, we called where we're at right now to see if they had a monthly spot. So this brings up another issue. This county doesn't allow stays over 28 days. So that's not even an option here. And that's the first time that that's come up to me as a thing. It's like a county ordinance, I guess. So there's going to be certain new things that we're learning that come up. So right now we've found another place nearby that does have a monthly spot available, and I think that's the decision that we've landed on as of right now. Everything's been changing hourly, so we're able to adapt, but I think that's where we've landed on right now, is that we're going to go, after we leave here, go to check in at a monthly spot and wait it out, see what happens here before we continue on with our travel plans. Just today we decided, with everything that's going on, to just pack it up and get out of Florida and get over the state line into Georgia. And actually, as I made a couple new reservations to get us out. I made one to get us over the border, and then one to stay for a week once we get up there. And after I had made those, then I got an email that the Army Corps park that we have had booked for almost a month now, they canceled as I did that. So, and that's because I'm sure the Army Corps is using these parks because of the pandemic right now. So it has been a crazy whirlwind of a day.
Oh, guys.
We packed up in about an hour. This is one of the things about pulling your home behind you, and we're grateful and we feel blessed that we have this adaptability, and we're just trying to find some added courage right now and making the right choices. So we'll keep you updated. We felt today that we were called to the road. I think I literally felt called to the road. Time to go. And that's what we're doing. So. So on our way out of Georgia, we wanted to find something that was close, just over the Florida-Georgia line. This is Lake Park Campground. It's right up against a Camping World, a few truck stops, and also the interstate here, which is pretty noisy. So when I called to book it, it was $30 a night. The girl was very nice on the phone. She's like, well, how many nights do you want to stay? And I was like, well, maybe we might end up staying a few nights. So she was like, well, I'll just charge you for the first night, and I'll hold it for you for the next 3 days if you decide you want to stay. Well, we got here after dark. There was a easy enough check-in process. It was kind of tricky getting back to our spot. They're all pull-through spots, so easy if you just want to get in and out. But that's what this place is to me. It's a one-night stay, stopover, full hookups, which was nice. But we're not going to stay the next 2 nights. We're going to keep on moving a couple hours north into Georgia. For what it's worth, though, a good stopover if you don't feel like sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, a Cracker Barrel parking lot, truck stop, which there are also several of those around. So if you wanted to save a buck, you could do that. It was what it was. It is what it is, and we're moving on.
Okay, we just are pulling into Arrowhead County Park here in
Macon, Georgia. It's actually Lizella, I guess, but
this is very unlike us. We didn't know where we were staying this morning, guys, but man, this is fun to just fly by the seat of your pants.
Park looks nice. The lady was really nice. And we're starting to pull down a big hill coming down. We're going to be on a big lake, Lake Yokokoshobi. I'll pronounce that right in a later video.
It's gonna be really hard to leave this place. We got some really good sleep, to say the least.